2026 school year. I'm standing out in front of our marquee, which is one of the places that we are sure to post some key and important dates for our school community. One thing that we always love is to make sure that we're communicating in the best way that we can. We have several streamlined communication tools that we use at our school to help you know what's going on. The first one you received this week is your Friday folder from your teacher. Teachers will put all kinds of really great information here. We filled it on the first day with some school information. The second way is the Friday note, and that's a digital publication that's sent to you every Friday. Oftentimes classroom teachers send additional communication that's classroom or grade specific, so keep a lookout for those things so that you know what's going on throughout the year. Hello families, arrival and dismissal is always a busy part of our day. There's some really specific pieces about arrival and dismissal in the Friday note. Just wanted to review a few important things as you may be picking up or dropping off students every day or some days. If you're coming in the car rider line or the hug and go, it's important to pull as far forward as you possibly can. This allows loading along the entire yellow curb zone. It's also important to make sure that when we're getting out of cars, we're using the crosswalk in our parking lot, and we're taking the Mustang horseshoe path all the way around. We don't want adults or students crossing the parking lot in front of buses and or cars that may be trying to leave. It's really great as a family to talk about your plan for the end of the day or for pickup. So maybe you're meeting at the blue bench or the flagpole or out back. Having a plan helps everyone feel more comfortable. There's always adults every day with radios who can help communicate. Any absences or tardies or early dismissals all go through the main office. Here at Mitchell, we work through a positive behavior intervention system called Mitchell Rocks. Students are really familiar and really great at showing Mitchell Rocks throughout all areas of their day, throughout all areas of our school. We spend intentional time these first few weeks teaching students what Mitchell Rocks looks like in every area of our building. You'll see students bring home either a little matrix or a little booklet of ways that they have decided they can show Mitchell Rocks in all of these parts of our school. Other things that we do to help students follow expected behaviors and problem solve is through our second step lessons that we teach on a weekly basis in our classroom. This helps students recognize when a problem may be happening and how to have independent strategies to solve it. We also host weekly community circles in our classroom that allow us to get to know each other a little bit better and grow as a classroom community. Another thing that sometimes happens is we have to respond to behavior moments. And so you can check out all of the pieces that we have in place in our prevention and intervention manual of how we support students in making great choices and how we problem solve when something doesn't go well. That came home in your Friday folder as a little QR code and is always available on our Mitchell website. Thanks to the Colorado voters, all Mitchell Mustangs have the opportunity to have a free breakfast and a free lunch every single day at Mitchell. You don't have to sign up ahead of time to do that. Students will eat breakfast and lunch here in the cafeteria, whether they brought it from home or picked it up from our cafeteria line. On nice days, we're able to eat outside as well. Students can enter the outside door at 8:25 in the morning for breakfast, although we do start teaching at 8:45, so it's a short time and we want to make sure students have finished up so they can be ready and in their classrooms to start at 8:45. Any families who need assistance filling out a benefits application for school meals as well as any school fees and field trips, we can have help for that in the main office. Mitchell is a proud, healthy school. We intentionally allocate a little bit extra time for recess each day, plan intentional brain breaks in our classrooms. We have a Mustang March posters around our building for students to have a movement break. We also make sure to incorporate thoughtful snack times throughout our day. Any student who may have forgotten a snack for the day, we have snacks available in the main office. Like we talked about last year, Mitchell students are using some curriculum materials for mathematics called illustrative mathematics. This is a problem-based approach to teaching mathematics where students are engaged in thinking and using real-world contexts as well as manipulatives and scenarios to solve problems. Teachers help students uplift their thinking and consolidate the lesson and the learning at the end of each lesson. Teachers are then actively monitoring students both in whole class work, in partner work, and as they're working through center activities to gauge students' understanding and then to provide additional challenges or uplift strategies that students can use. This whole curriculum is standards aligned, and so those are really great opportunities to talk to students about ways that they applied strategies and shared their voice during mathematics. A lot of us remember homework as being a really key and important part of our growing up and time in school. We're learning through reading a whole bunch of research that homework is more effective for students and their academic performance in the older grades than in the younger grades, particularly in elementary school. We also know that we want to help students build really good habits of studying and learning and working. You'll see homework maybe not look like a specific weekly assignment coming home every single time. We still want to anchor to our values of a love of reading, and so that's a pretty common practice that you'd see across all of our classrooms where students would have some independent reading time. Students' homework might look like menus and some additional practice in primary grades, and then as we move to our intermediate grades, homework will still look like independent reading, and there may be some specific targeted things to help close a loop for students, and also some really great opportunities to provide some additional practice or challenge for some of our students. You'll hear more specifically about what homework will look like at your particular grade level when you go to those information sessions and through communication from your classroom teacher. The last thing I want to be sure to highlight is ways to be involved here at Mitchell. There are lots of ways to be involved, either through individual classroom teachers sending out requests for things like field trips or special projects. There are ways to be involved during the day, maybe being a helper in the library, or even outside of the day, putting some things together for students that can come back into the school. Our PTA is an incredibly supportive organization of Mitchell, both in enrichment activities, fantastic programming during the day and outside of the day to bring students and families together, as well as supporting our school in many financial ways. Please consider joining the PTA, attending an event, and supporting them in their work or being part of enrichment activity. There's also lots of fantastic information on our Mitchell School website that was updated recently, and so invite you to check out a lot of things there. You can always call the office and we're happy to answer questions. You'll see some staff names and faces at the end of this video so that you know who's who, and then please enjoy the rest of your curriculum.